Good morning students and welcome back once again in our physics class. So in the previous videos we have discussed about in unit 1 and 2 about measurement, the concept behind how to do the measurements, the various components of measurement. Then in unit 2 we have also learned how to express any measurement which is extremely large or extremely small. Then in system of units we have learned that the unit of length, mass and time forms the system of unit and classified as MKS and CGS systems, where in MKS the length is measured in meter, mass in kilogram, time in second, and in CGS system the length is measured in centimeter, mass in gram and time in second. Now I have also told you that for doing measurement we need two things. One is the standard quantities in respect to which we will do the comparison. Another one is measuring instrument. So in unit 3 we will learn about measuring instruments for the measurement of three fundamental quantities which forms the system of unit, that is length, mass and time. So our first one is measurement of length. Now we know that the distance between 2 points is called length, and the basic instrument used to measure the length we all have seen, it is our meter scale. So if we see our meter scale, it is divided into 100 equal parts where each part is equal to 1 centimeter. Then we have also seen that each centimeter is divided into 10 equal parts where each part equals to 1 millimeter. So what is the meaning of it? It means by using this scale we can measure any length accurately equals to 1 millimeter. But if there is any dimension which is less than 1 mm, we can't measure it accurately by this instrument. So it is the limitation of meter scale. Like if I ask you what is the thickness of a page, then you can't answer or you can't do the measurement correctly by using a meter scale. So to overcome this problem, Pierre Vernier has designed an instrument which can measure efficiently the length which is smaller than 1 millimeter. So the instrument is called Vernier caliper. So we will first learn about in this video construction of the Vernier caliper. Then we will also learn about various terms which are related with the study of measurement by using Vernier caliper. Then we will see how Vernier caliper can be used to measure any length. So this is the reason why these devices are designed, because of the limitation of meter scale. Now this is the diagram you can see. This is called Vernier caliper. It is basically made up of steel where two types of scales are there. One is called main scale and one is called Vernier scale. So the scale calibrated on the fixed frame of the steel is called main scale, and another small scale is there which can slide over this main scale back and forth, that is called Vernier scale. Here the Vernier scale is having 10 divisions. And the calibration of our main scale is just like our normal scale we used to have in our geometry box, where the calibration is done in centimeter and each centimeter is divided into 10 equal parts, where each part is equal to 1 millimeter. Now another part is, here you can see you have 4 jaws, J1, J2, J3 and J4. So the pair of 2 jaws at the bottom, J1 and J2, they are called external jaws, and J3 and J4 they are called internal jaws. And this J1 and J2, one of the part of the external jaw J1 and J3 of internal jaw, they are fixed to the frame on which main scale is calibrated. And J2 and J4 are in contact with the sliding scale, that is Vernier scale, and they can move back and forth. Now what is the use of J1 and J2, J3 and J4? So J1 and J2 are used to measure the external diameters, external length, like the diameter of a spherical ball if you have to measure, then you can do it by using J1 and J2. J3 and J4, they are used to measure the internal diameters, like if you have a hollow semi-solid cylinder. So this is called the external diameter, this will be the internal. So if you have to measure the internal, you can use J3 and J4, that is internal jaws. If you have to measure the external diameter, you will use J1 and J2, that is the external jaws. Then here you can see at the last, one more part is called tail. Like we used to have the tail of a monkey, always on the back side. The use of this tail is to measure the perpendicular depth of any hollow cylinder, and it is connected with the vernier scale, so on sliding it can also move back and forth. So this is the basic construction of a vernier caliper. A fixed steel frame on which a scale calibrated is called main scale. Another scale which can slide over this main scale is vernier scale. Two fixed jaws J1 and J3 and two movable jaws J2 and J4. J1 and J2 is called external jaw, J3 and J4 is called internal jaw. External jaw is used to measure the external diameter, and J3 and J4 is used to measure the internal diameter. So this is the construction of a vernier caliper. Now, as I have told, before learning how to use the vernier caliper for measuring any length, we need to define some terms which are related with the study of vernier caliper. The first one is pitch. So the pitch is defined as the value of the smallest division on the main scale. The value of the smallest division on main scale. So like this vernier caliper, if you take an example, then as I have told, the main scale is just like our normal meter scale, and each centimeter is divided into 10 equal parts. So the pitch of this main scale is equal to 1 millimeter or 0.1 centimeter. So this is called what? Pitch. Next one is least count. Least count. The least count is defined as the smallest measurement which can be made by any instrument accurately. So this is the term which will give the answer for the question I have asked. If you are having a simple device like a meter scale for measuring the length, then what was the need of having a vernier caliper? So least count is defined as the smallest length which can be measured by any instrument accurately. So here, if we go for our meter scale, then this meter scale can measure the length accurately up to 1 millimeter or 0.1 centimeter. Now, we will find out the least count of this vernier caliper. So, least count is defined as the ratio of pitch divided by number of division on vernier scale. Least count is defined as the ratio of the pitch to the number of division on vernier scale. And as I told you, total 10 divisions are there on this vernier scale. So pitch is 0.1 centimeter or 1 mm. So if you take 1 mm, so 1 divided by 10, this equals to 0.1 millimeter or 0.01 centimeter. So if you compare the least count of this vernier scale with the normal scale, you can see that time you can measure the length accurately up to first decimal place value. Here you can measure the length up to second decimal place value. That was 0.1 centimeter. This is 0.01 centimeter. So this is the reason why we use vernier scale, a caliper, instead of the meter scale, because its least count is much efficient, much higher than the normal scale. another method of finding out the least count, or the another definition of least count for a vernier caliper is least count of a vernier caliper is defined as the value of smallest division on vernier scale. So as I told you that vernier scale is having 10 division, and if you will make both the jaws J1 and J2 in contact, you will see that the 10 division of vernier scale coincides with the 9 division of main scale. It means when the 0 of vernier main scale is coinciding with the 0 of vernier scale, then 10 division of the vernier scale exactly coincides with the 9 division of main scale. It means 10 division of vernier scale is equal to 9 millimeter, because each division of main scale is 1 mm, so 9 division will be equals to 9 mm. So 10 division of vernier scale is equal to 9 millimeter. So 1 division of vernier scale is equal to 9 by 10 mm, that is 0.9 mm. So the least count is, the difference of the value of 1 division of main scale to 1 division of vernier scale. So least count is the difference of 1 division value of main scale to 1 division value of vernier scale. So we know that each division of main scale is equal to 1 millimeter. So 1 minus, and from here we have calculated that 1 division of vernier scale is equal to 0.9 millimeter. So the difference will come 0.1 mm or 0.01 centimeter. So once again, the least count of a vernier caliper is also defined as the difference between 1 division of main scale to 1 division of vernier scale. So from here also we will get the same value, that the least count of vernier scale is 0.1 millimeter or 0.01 centimeter. Now the next part of the study is how to use vernier caliper. Since it is also a measuring device, like many devices we use for various kind of measurement, and the very primary task is to, before using any instrument, you must check out for the possibility of error. You must check out for the possibility of errors. Like when we go to purchase vegetable in the market, we ask our seller that please show me that both the pans are balanced or not without keeping anything. So here also we will check the possibility of error. So for doing that, what we have to do, without putting any object between the two jaws, we will slide the vernier scale and we will make the jaw J1 and J2 in contact with each other. If the 0 of main scale coincides with the 0 of vernier scale, if the 0 of main scale exactly coincides with the 0 of vernier scale, without putting any object between the two jaws J1 and J2 and by making them in contact, then we say that there is no error in the vernier caliper. So once again, we will take the vernier caliper, we will make both the jaws J1 and J2 in contact, and then we will check that if the 0 of the vernier scale is coinciding with the 0 of main scale or not. If they are exactly coinciding tip by tip, then we can say that there is no error. Another possibility is that when we make both the jaws J1 and J2 in contact, then either the 0 of the vernier scale will be on the right hand side of the 0 of main scale or on the left hand side of the 0 of the vernier scale. So on behalf of that, we have classified two types of error in vernier caliper. One is positive 0 error and one is negative zero error. So how to identify the positive zero error and negative zero error? We will make both the jaws in contact and then we will observe, and if something is like this 0, and suppose if this is the main scale and this is your vernier scale, and suppose if the 0 of, you can see here, this is the 0 of main scale and this is the 0 of vernier scale. If the 0 of vernier scale is lying on the right hand side of the 0 of main scale, then the caliper is said to have positive 0 error. So once again, on making both the jaws in contact, if the 0 of main scale coincides with the 0 of vernier scale, then there is no error. If the 0 of vernier scale is lying on the right side of the 0 of main scale, then the caliper is said to have positive 0 error. Now the correction of positive 0 error is we will find out the value of how much positive error it is having, and that much we will subtract from the final measurement. So positive 0 error is equal to minus coinciding division of vernier scale multiplied by least count. Whenever we make both the jaws and this condition is coming that 0 is on the right side of the 0 of main scale, then definitely you have to check out that which division of vernier scale is coinciding with any division of main scale. If suppose the fifth division is coinciding, then positive 0 error is minus 5 into, and the least count is 0.01. So the correction is minus 0.5 millimeter or 0.05, sorry, minus 0.05 centimeter. So this is how we will do it. Without putting any objects in the jaw J1 and J2, we will make them in contact. And if the 0 of the vernier scale is on the right hand side of the main scale, then the instrument is said to have positive 0 error, and the correction is negative, and the value is minus of coinciding division of vernier scale into least count. So suppose the fifth division is coinciding, then minus of 5 into 0.1. So the value is 0.5 minus 0.5 millimeter or minus 0.05 centimeter. Similarly, second is negative 0 error. Now on making both the jaw J1 and J2 in contact, if we observe that the 0 of vernier scale, the 0 of vernier scale is lying on length of the 0 of main scale, then the instrument is said to have negative 0 error. If the 0 of vernier scale, when J1 and J2 are in contact without putting any object, and the 0 of vernier scale is lying on the left hand side of the 0 of main scale, then the instrument is said to have negative 0 error. And the method is saying the correction is only that the negative 0 error is corrected by adding the value of the error to the final measurement. So negative 0 error equals to n minus coinciding division of vernier scale multiplied by least count. Here n is total division on vernier scale. So the negative 0 is calculated by n minus coinciding division. In positive, directly coinciding division of vernier scale into least count. Here n minus coinciding division of vernier scale into least count where n is the total number of division on vernier scale. So here in this case, if we take, then there are 10 divisions, and if suppose again the fourth division is coinciding with any division of main scale, then the value is negative error will be equal to 10 minus 4 multiplied by least count, so it will come 6 into 0.1, so 0.6 millimeter or 0.06 centimeter, and this value we will add to the final measurement. So once again, the possibility of error is checked by taking both jaw J1 and J2 in contact. If the zero of main scale coincides with the zero of vernier scale tip by tip, no error. Suppose this is the main scale 0 and this is the vernier scale, if they are coinciding tip by tip, no error. If the zero of vernier scale is lying on the right side, positive zero error. Correction is coinciding division minus of coinciding division multiplied by least count. And if the zero of vernier scale is on the left side, then negative zero error. Correction is adding it to the final measurement, and the value will be n minus coinciding division of vernier scale multiplied by least count. That is, in this case, total number of division is 10. Suppose if fourth division is coinciding with any division, so 10 minus 4 into least count, so 6 into 0.1, so 0.6 millimeter or 0.6 centimeter. So this is all how to use a vernier caliper for measuring the length. So once again, in this unit, we are going to learn about the instrument used for measuring the length, mass and time, in which the first one is measurement of length, and we have discussed we have a common device meter scale, but there is some limitation like we can't measure the length less than 1 millimeter. So Sir Pierre Vernier has designed one instrument on his honor, on the name of his, it is called vernier caliper. Then we have learned about construction. The vernier caliper is having a fixed steel frame on which a scale is calibrated called main scale, and another scale can slide over it, that is called vernier scale. There are two fixed jaws J1 and J3 and two movement J2 and J4. J1 and J2 forms a pair of external jaw. J3 and J4 are called commonly internal jaw. J1 and J2 are used to measure external diameter. J3 and J4 are used to measure internal diameter. Then pitch, we have to discuss some terms. Pitch is the value of smallest division on main scale. So here it is 1 mm or 0.1 centimeter. Then least count. Least count is the smallest length which can be measured by